minutes and 3 seconds. Let's get this thing to play. There we go. Okay. So here I am, zooming along. It's only really a 2-hour segment of an all-day hike. I started out as darkness fell on Sunday, starting to slowly talk myself into getting rid of stuff, packing things up, getting everything ready, and leaving some stuff behind. Oh, by the way, that was a sign saying that they had aggressive anti-prostitution policies in the area. Oh, and this is my backpack foul up. The tent started coming loose and flopping around, so I had to stop and set it all up, so I stuck it on the camera. And so I got all that stuff packed up, shook out my tent, packed that up, rolled it all up, got everything in, and got on the road at night. I got kind of tired pretty quickly because I'd been up all night packing, and I kind of knew I was just going to flake out in a little bit. So I got a little ways and saw this lawyer's office, and I thought, well, these guys won't be around till 9 in the morning. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, so I lay down for long enough to take a few breaths, and the next thing I know is this dude's in my face, you gotta go. I'm like, shit, it's only like 4:30 in the morning, what the hell? Oh well. And I can't blame him, he's like, get out of here, dude. I'm not hurting anything, but, people don't like homeless people to be visible, and that's kind of a problem, because we don't have a choice in the matter. So I get down to Fort Worth, and there's this big, long park, and I'm navigating. I'm following the interstate, but I'm not hiking on the interstate. I'm taking frontage roads and trails and stuff, and this trail cuts through a big park, and I have to get around, and I get up here, and there's this recreation area that looks like they had a riot in there. Somebody was doing cookies in the parking lot really bad. Some Park Service guy was kind of walking around talking on a cell phone. They had a bunch of outhouses. Oh my God, they were all nasty, and no toilet paper except for one roll that was obviously had been wet, which and it was sitting next to the urinal. I'm like, I'm not using that one. And so I get up here, and there's a little footbridge area, kind of a footbridge, car bridge, that you can get up and over the interstate, and you end up by this school, and there's this kind of interesting area that's all boarded up project houses, and there's this kind of plaque, historical plaque. Oh, and I was looking at some flowers along the way. I always like to check out the flowers. It's spring, the flowers are starting to come out, everybody's getting hay fever, woo-ha. Right, so here's a little footbridge, and I try and take some pictures, but that ended up on the other stuff. I'll try and make some little collage of other stuff later. I took a little break at the school, turned off the camera, turned it back on, and started again. And I stopped and filmed some of the traffic along the way. It's really hot and sunny, and I started to get a sunburn, and I didn't realize it at this stage. It was starting to turn red, but it wasn't hurting me yet, and I really wasn't paying much attention to it until later. Oh, and this guy, he had a U.S. Marines thing, and he says he does it for he carries it for his uncle who had PTSD. We had a quick little conversation. He was a cool guy. And I'm starting to realize Texas, at least Dallas-Fort Worth, has a major pollution problem. It's not like other cities. I mean, there's pollution problems in any city. Big cities are kind of hard to keep clean. But dang, Dallas-Fort Worth has got some filth problems. The rivers, the canals, a lot of it has to do with the wind. It's impossible to track down every little paper cup and stuff, and I get that. But boy, it's tough. It's messed up. A lot of the rivers look really bad. Well, these guys were cool. They were kind of like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm hiking to, wherever. Oh, and I stopped here. And this is kind of weird because with the fisheye, it looks like it's far away, but I'm almost under the edge of that bridge. And there's a train in the background. There's all kinds of stuff. I can zoom in like 200%, and I still can't really hardly see stuff. There is a train in the background I can kind of see. But I thought it was kind of fun to watch all that motion, the traffic, and the different angles and stuff. But it doesn't really come out in this because it's a fisheye lens. But I had kind of fun doing it. Oh, and then you can see I've got some solar yard lights. I use those for camping. I keep them out in the sunshine all day, and then when I set up a tent or whatever, I've got some light, and it's pretty cool. This wasn't too bad, a little frontage road next to the freeway. Oh, and I've got holes in my shoes, so I keep getting rocks in the damn things. So you'll see me lift my foot and shake a shoe every once in a while. It's really beautiful out, though. I had a really good time walking, but my feet started getting sore because I've got bad shoes. They're just worn out. They're good shoes, but I've had them for about a year, and I beat the crap out of shoes, so these things are just toast. They have no heels left, and they've got 2 holes in each pair of shoe. Actually, there's 3 holes in one shoe because the side's blown out. But they're still serviceable. I got to watch where I walk. Got to watch out for glass and stuff because I've got an 1.5-inch hole in the heel of both shoes and smaller holes in the front, and then the one's got the blowout on the side. Texas is really funny. You go to Washington State, there's really developed parks everywhere. They've got running water. They even have wash sinks in a couple of them. They've got toilets. They've got trails. They've got everything. And here, you get these open fields, and you're really not sure if it's a park or is it just some dude's property. And